Hello, I'm Charles Moffat, and today, this video is sponsored by my book, The Dragonslayers of Kaŝe. And I know some people are going to mispronounce it and they're going to say like Kaze or Kasse, but no, it's actually pronounced Kaŝe. Anyway, so yes, that's what this video is now sponsored by. So, not by Coca-Cola, okay? I'm just drinking that because it's hot out here, and I am underneath the tent. Yep, I'm underneath the tent. A shelter, so to speak. Okay, so we have two packages here to open. Oh, technically I have three, but that's going to be for a separate video. Okay, so we're going to open this one, and we're going to open this one. We should probably start with this one here. Now, the trick here is, of course, to do it with one hand, while also holding a camera. And I'm not going to use the knife. I'm going to use the saw. 1 second, I have to get the saw open. I'm going to just set this down for a second. Okay, let's go with it. Start this again. Okay, so here's the saw. As you can see, I have not cleaned this recently. I have actually been using it for gardening and other things, as my whim shall sometimes strike me. Alright, so we're going to open this with the saw. And gotta hold it down. Let's just put that over there so it doesn't fall down. Let's see how we can do this. Gotta pin it down with my elbow. Get one piece in there. Come on, get in there. And then rip. Now, I could technically just, there is a thing that I could just rip it that way. That might make it easier. This is my own fault. I said, hey, I could use the saw. Maybe if I switched hands, I could just actually use my right hand and go over to this side. This might be easier. 1 second. Let me just set this here. Lean that up against the Coke. There we go. 2 hands. It just was turning out to be impossible to do this with one-handed. It's just done. There we go. Now, I'm going to open the second package while I'm at it, because I don't want to repeat that whole process. Started there. And rip some more. Alright. You know what would be smart? Is if I cut them beforehand, like so, and then all I had to do is reach in and then pull out the book. Or, whatever else is in there. But, no. We have to have the comedy show of me trying to open it with one hand with an object that's not necessarily perfect for doing the job. Okay, so let's continue. I'm going to actually take the stuff out of this one first. What's in here? Okay. While it is the Hollow Road. Sorry. Hollow Road. There's no the on there. It's just Hollow Road. And it's by Dan Fitzgerald, who is the author I know on Twitter. And he and I talk on a regular basis about our books. Alright, so, or other things. And this is book 1 of the Mare cycle. I think I'm pronouncing that right? The Mare cycle. So yeah, the Hollow Road, as I understand it, is kind of like a tunnel that goes through the mountains. If I got that figured out correctly. It said that the mare once rolled the silver hills. This is the story of the return. Okay. I thought there was like a tunnel that goes through the mountains or something like that. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just read it wrong. Okay. But yeah. This does look like it's maybe just a road with trees. But there's apparently monsters involved, so this is supposed to be good. and I'm looking forward to reading this because I've been wanting to read one of Dan's books for a while. Like I've known him for about a year now via Twitter, and I just haven't got around to buying any of his books yet until now. Now what happened was somebody else bought one of my books, and it's like buy a book tag, whatever you want to call it. So somebody else bought one of my books and then tagged me. So I was it, and then I chose to tag Dan. So Dan is now supposed to go out and tag somebody else. He's supposed to go out, find another author, buy their book, and tag them. And then it's supposed to continue. Okay? So this is Dan's book. Is there a map in the front? I do like maps. He's got a map! He's got a map! Okay, let's look at his map. Okay. Brockland and surrounds. Snake River, Hell's Chimney. Brockland Hollow Road. Okay. This is interesting. Okay. And let's just try it. Okay, so the Silver Hills there is part of, I guess, a mountain range in the middle of an island, and all this other stuff is going on. And I presume this map might get filled in more in the future in his other books. So that's interesting. Now, also inside this box, whatever, is a toy for my son. There you go. So that's that. And what's in this bag? Well, it's another book. Of course it is. But this one is the second book of the series. Now, when I say series, what I'm actually talking about, it's a duology. There is really only the 2 books. That's it. I'm not writing any more of this particular series. It's a duology. It's only meant to be the 2 books. And the 2 characters are actually sisters. So there's Oma and Ori. Okay? So, or also known as Ada Oma and Ada Ori. Ada Ora. So Ada Oma, Ada Ora. But also known, I just on a regular basis, they're just calling each other or themselves. I call them, there you go, let's just go with that. I call them Oma and Ori on a regular basis, including in the book. So the 2 books together, I've also be selling them as like one combined book that will be a bit, thicker. So these are technically novellas in terms of size, and I had fun writing them. And these are an interesting combination of things. It's Afro fantasy, but it's also urban fantasy, because a lot of the action takes part in cities, and it's to some extent urban fantasy can be defined as like any fantasy that is set in a contemporary setting. So, for example, Harry Potter is urban fantasy. Because it's relatively modern. It's supposed to be set in the 1990s. So yeah, it's Afro fantasy, but it's also urban fantasy, and then it's also high fantasy, or shall we say epic fantasy. So high fantasy, definitely high magic, and of course epic fantasy, because there's portals and there's huge dragons. Like this dragon is like just gigantic, and this is not the biggest dragon in this book. There's one that's way bigger. But you're going to have to buy the books and read them if you want to find out more. But yeah, so today's video sponsored by this book, and to a lesser extent, this one. Yeah. And then please do also go check out Dan and Fitzgerald's book, Hollow Road. There you go. And do not take this as an endorsement of Coca-Cola. I may drink it, but I enjoy it. But it's a hot day, and that does not mean that I am being sponsored by Coca-Cola, okay? They did not sponsor me. If they wanted to sponsor me and give me more money, absolutely, please contact me. Okay, so please do check out my books. Please check out Dan Fitzgerald's book, and have a good day. Bye-bye.